So it's a must we talk about Brandy and Ray J because, as y'all can see, Ray J is still carrying on with his shenanigans. And that boy done ruined Brandy's reputation with his nonsense. And I'm not saying that because Brandy is an angel, because we all know the type of work Brandy has put in over the years between lying on that reality show, pretending that she was married to that guy, and running somebody off the road and sending them up yonder. We know the type of stuff that Brandy has done. Putting that boy eye out and immature. Brandy not only gave that America's sweetheart in the 90s, but she's also a street star. But I want to talk about Ray J, Brandy, their relationship, and their parents because Brandy and Ray J were managed by their mother. And, their parents were very instrumental in their career. And, they're also connected to Snoop Dogg because they're related. I would say they're a very well connected family in Hollywood because of how far Brandy's career was able to go in the 90s and early 2000s. Because despite the image that is there today, Brandy really was the blueprint for all the girls back in the day. Like the teen stars, Brandy literally hit every angle of Hollywood, and she was really successful at it. From doing music to having her own sitcom to being the Black Cinderella with Whitney Houston. She set quite a few trends in hair and fashion. She was one of the first reality girlies that had, the special on MTV. The girl did a lot. And at first, when Ray J popped on the scene, it was like, oh, her little brother, this is so cute. But then as time progressed, that quickly turned into, yo, somebody come get this nigga. Now, Ray J, he kind of had a similar career as far as dropping music, and he had a few hit songs, and he was out there doing his thing. But then he ended up with the new formula of reality TV, which was For the Love of Ray J. And from that moment on, I feel like America knew that they had a problem. Brandy always gave structured and professional, while Ray J just always gave discombobulated and all over the place, rock star, just wild, rambunctious. You never know what you was going to get with him. I think the best place for Ray J would have been behind the scenes and more on the creation aspect, but he apparently didn't want to work with or alongside his sister. He wanted to be his own entity. So I think in order for him to separate himself, he just built off of that persona of I'm just young, wild, and free. But it also came across kind of as drug-fueled episodes. And I don't know if he's been on and off drugs over the years or not, but it just kind of reads as maybe he could possibly have a drug addiction. But he's also done some really good things as far as technology goes, with the scooters that he came out with and the headphones and speakers that he came out with, which I think, because he's not that great of a singer, but his sister is considered to be, I feel if they would have collaborated on the headphone and speaker venture, I think that would have been bigger. But forget them. Let's pivot over to the parents real quick, because they come from a two-parent household. And the fact that Brandy and Ray J don't speak to each other, unity was not forced or, made a priority in their household. It's evident that the parents are more turned on by Ray J's antics than they are with the things that Brandy does. You can tell that Brandy is not necessarily the favorite kid. And I hate to say that because that's a horrible thing, but it's very visible. Brandy's mother may resent Brandy for how far she went with her career, and she probably feels depleted because she stopped doing what she was doing in her life to manage Brandy's career. So I don't know if there's like a jealousy factor there, like how it was with Whitney Houston and her mother, but it's definitely a weird dynamic there. I think what we've been witnessing between those two is obvious sibling rivalry where Ray J is seen as the favorite child and Brandy is trying to show them that she's the better child. Ray J always counters her good with bad. Like right now, Brandy is in her Christmas movie era and Ray J is out here running around acting a fool on people's podcasts and whatnot. Like, why are you doing this? Brandy has obviously went her separate ways from her family, considering the fact that she has a new manager. But it's really going to be hard for her to detach herself from her brother. But what he's doing right now is very reminiscent of how Whitney Houston was acting before they dragged her on up out of here. Bobby Christina, before they dragged her on up out of here. And that boyfriend, what's his name, Nick Gordon, before they dragged him up out of here. He's having those same type of rants, or I don't even know what to call him at this point, but he's definitely losing control of himself. And I don't know why, if his mother is his manager, is allowing him to do these things, but they obviously know that this is how he operates and he likes to get down and dirty in the media. So she just lets him do it. And it's really weird to me. And it kind of makes you take a deeper look at the situation. Like, does she view him as a younger version of her husband? And then, like, why does Ray J's wife or his ex-wife look so much like the mother? And I know I'm not tripping because Ray J's daughter is literally his mother's twin. But she doesn't look like Ray J. But she does favor Princess. But my other angle is Ray J doing all this carrying on because he's trying to promote whatever TV app or whatever it is that he got going on, his live stream or whatever? Is he trying to garner attention for people to tune into his stream? Because for me, it's not working. You're not of that generation. You're from the older generation. So none of the people that will be tuned into anything that you have going on wants to see you do or act like that. It has to be a reason why his mother isn't intervening as his manager. Ray J acting like he want to end up in one of them programs or under a conservatorship, like how, Britney Spears and all of them was. Because another thing too is a lot of these child stars, they get older and then they lose control of themselves. They can't handle either, I don't know what they've seen or what they've done, and they just started losing control. I feel like Brandy should be revered a little more, like, how people view Mariah Carey. I don't understand why she's not that icon. I just don't get it because her body of work screams icon. But I don't know. Y'all comment down below and tell me what y'all think. Thanks for tuning in.